Hi, welcome to Interstate Yeast, a brand new series that releases episodes every Friday. Hi, I'm Kennedy Roberge.
And I'm Kevin Kessler. Throughout these episodes, members of our team will perform, teach, and challenge you. Now, for Backstage Buzz, our weekly theater's news update.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Backstage Buzz. I'm Tillery.
And I'm Emma Newton.
And this week's section of Backstage Buzz is going to be a little different because Emma and I are going to be talking about what it's like to be behind the stage.
Okay, so to start off, we were just going to talk about how it was before shows, because I feel like nobody ever really gets to see that. But what goes on before shows is usually we have really big prep talks where usually Lindsey will come in, or just some person that we look up to during the show, and we all just kind of let out how we're feeling. We give our positive thoughts, and we just really encourage each other. Sometimes we cry. That's usually for the last shows. And yeah, that's what goes on right before. Ella?
So next, I'm going to talk about set building. And pretty much set building, at least at East High, it's where the cast pretty much comes together and we literally build our set. But one funny story that I have is from this year in January. Our last show was Rumors. Emma and I were both in it, if you wanted to know. And we were literally building our set the night before we went on. And we had wet paint, while we were on stage doing our show.
All the stair rails,
all the rails. Don't touch the rails because they're still wet. And it's
literally
just fun.
10 minutes before we went on stage too.
Yeah, so the curtains were shut and we were still painting and putting our baseboards on. I mean, it's just fun memories to make with the cast. But
yeah, and then so another thing that we usually do, I started doing this before shows. So pretty much I steal Lindsey's phone right before shows, and I just go around and I interview people. I'm just asking what are your thoughts? How are you feeling? What are you most excited for during this show? What's your favorite part? And for some reason I always give a tour of the auditorium, even though it never changes. But that's just something fun. They usually end up being an hour long, and she never deletes them. So hopefully we'll have those.
We never know if she watches them either. So
yeah, I mean, she's watched one. I think I know that, but hopefully we'll still be there whenever we go back this school year, because I'd love to watch them.
Oh, that would be so fun. Okay, and the last topic that I want to talk about is our costumes. Obviously, costumes can be expensive at sometimes, so we go Goodwill shopping.
Thrifting.
Literally. I mean, I got my Rumors dress from Goodwill. Emma got hers from Goodwill. I'm pretty positive everybody, all the women in our cast for Rumors, got their clothes from Goodwill. For Mamma Mia, all Goodwill. I mean, Goodwill's our store. It's cheap, and I mean, we can't always afford that expensive high-end stuff, so we just have to go with the flow.
Also, a good bonding experience, because I remember whenever I went for Mamma Mia, we a few of us met at Bob Evans, and then we just had breakfast together, and we drove around to different Goodwills, just looking for what we could find, and it was really nice.
Yeah. So that is it for this week's episode of Backstage Buzz. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Hi, my name is Ailie Price, and I'm going to be singing She Used to Be Mine from Waitress. It's not simple to say. Most days I don't recognize me. These shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention sweet centered, but I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She's all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine. And it's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through a back door and carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true. Now I've got you, and you're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two. For the girl that I knew who'd be reckless just enough, who'll get hurt, but who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can't love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of life that's inside her, growing stronger each day, till it finally reminds her to fight just a little to bring back the fire in her eyes that's been gone, but it used to be mine. Oh, it used to be mine. She's messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She's gone, but she used to be mine. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Morgan Price, and welcome to Good Show Gossip. Today, I'm talking with Alex Slade about the show Sunday in the Park with George. So tell me a bit about yourself, Alex.
Hello. Yeah, hi, my name is Alex. I am a recent graduate of Northern Kentucky University in their BFA musical theater program. I'm still living up here, because things are at a standstill, pretty much with theater and everything else. But, I graduated from Yeast in 2016, and I love theater. What can I say?
That's awesome. Congratulations on graduating. That's an amazing, amazing accomplishment. So
Yeah,
tell me a bit about this show. What do we know? Who wrote it? All that good stuff.
Okay, well, the show is Sunday in the Park with George, and it is written by the one, the only Stephen Sondheim, probably arguably the best musical theater composer ever.
Absolutely.
I'll say that. I'll say
I
that.
believe you.
Yeah, you were asking like just a summary of the show, kind of, or?
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about the plot.
Okay, yeah. So the show is centered around the artist Georges Seurat, who painted the painting Sunday in the Park on the island, something Le Grand Jet. And if you've seen Ferris Bueller, it's the big painting they're looking at in that. Anyway, so the first act takes place in a fictionalized his time period, and it's just like his struggles of being like an artist, and like sort of like it asks like the question, like, what does it mean to be an artist? Like, what are you giving up when you give yourself fully to something that you want to bring into the world? But the second act is it gets weird. The second act is set in the 80s.
Perfect.
with a descendant of him, and it's basically just comparing. It just basically saying like art. It's comparing how George's struggles in the first act with George's struggles in the second act, and how modern art is, in a way, the same, and how it's evolved, and just what it means to be an artist. That's a lot.
No, I love it. I love it. Man, struggling artist is something I think a lot of us can relate to right now, since, you know, everything that we do in life is closed. But that's awesome. Why do you love this show? What motivated you to talk about this one today?
Yeah, I'm trying. I first heard about it in, I believe it was, I think my sophomore year of high school. And one of my like director friends was telling me about it and introduced me to it, and just the music first off was just like heartbreaking and like beautiful, and it just immediately drew me in, and it's been like one that I've listened to on repeat, and it has a special place in my heart.
I love that.
I think everyone should listen to it if you're interested in musical theater. That's definitely.
I definitely like it. I mean, anything that Stephen Sondheim does just feels to be kissed by gold. So, you know, I always am a big fan. So what's the vibe of the music in the show?
Well, it's the way Stephen Sondheim writes is just so interesting, because he like completely, no pun intended, paints the entire like atmosphere within like the text, the lyrics, and the music. And so what's funny about this show is that the artist George Seurat painted that painting was by using pointillism and like making lots of tiny little dots of different individual colors. And so that's like the basis of a lot of the music. The score it's very like staccato, but then like it moves into like sweeping, like grand music.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah, and totally. And I'm sure that the music feels different between each act, because you said it's swinging back and forth between 2 decades and all that good stuff. So that's really, really cool. If you had to pick a favorite song in the show, what's your favorite song?
The most famous song from the show is my favorite, Finishing the Hat. It's a solo song in the first act that George sings.
I love that.
And it's timeless. You know, it's basically, it puts into one song like the journey of an artist, and like what it means to, like I said earlier, what it means to like put all of yourself into something and see what happens.
I love it. Seems to be a very good show to listen to right now, just for that little bit of hope. So I really enjoy talking to you about this show. The last thing I want to do is tell us where we can find you. I mean, you're doing awesome things. I know you were in a show, Hand to God, recently, right?
Yeah.
Shut down?
What's that? Yeah, right before everything shut down, actually. Yeah, so I was just doing Hand to God, and I was cast in a production of Matilda at the Cincinnati Children's Theater of Cincinnati, and that was postponed for a year. And so there's not a whole lot going on right now for me. It's mostly lots of planning and getting additional lessons and trying to grow my own have a voice and like a brand on social media, kind of.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that I'm also really into photography and filmmaking, and so that's something that hasn't. What's interesting
Not
is,
away particularly.
yeah, no, and they're merging right now, because
Yeah.
theaters all over the country. I mean, just right now, like we're doing right now, we're
Yeah, exactly.
talking about theater over digital media, and so I'm trying to get in touch with people and try to like do, I don't know, some kind of experimental like virtual theater, or like just see what I can create or help with. So
That's
I'm just putting out feelers and stuff like that, and working with people.
Awesome. Well, tell us where we can find you.
My Instagram, I believe, is Alex D. Slade. And if you want, you can follow me on Twitter. I think my name is Alex the Slade on Twitter.
Thank you so much, man. It's awesome
Thank
talking
you,
to you. I've missed you. It's been wonderful to see you again. Yeah.
You as
Thank you
well.
so much for talking to us today. You have a good one, man.
Mhm. Yeah, you too. See you, Morgan.
Guys, it's Jay Sean coming back for this week's installment of Dance Break. This week on Dance Break, I am going to break down the This Is My Dance and It's For Everybody from Hairspray. This will be a different version, something more that could happen in a living room. So first I will demonstrate it for you, I will teach you, and then we will do it together. So I hope that you are enjoying all of these installments. The last two, they've been amazing. I hope you are dancing. I hope you are having fun. Excuse the air in the back. It's an old building, so it's running crazy. So I hope you enjoy. All right, let's do this. Well, not totally different, but some things are different from what's on the TV. So the beginning of it is out. Your feet are on releve. You are in releve on the ball, which means on the balls of your feet. For females, if you don't know what releve is, it's kind of like walking in high heels. Guys, if you're doing this, imagine being in high heels. I can't stand that long. So it's out on releve on one, and your arms are going like this. So you're going 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, kick, kick, 4, down, 5, down, kick. So you do this a total of 5 times. It is 3 the first time, kick, kick, and in this dance, every time we kick out, make sure your feet are pointed. So pointed is just like a point. Just imagine your feet pointing. So you'll do up, down, point, point, up, down, point. So that up, down motion is out, bring everything in. Out, bring everything in. So after that, you have, so it's up, down, point, point, up, down, point. You have a do, and you're gonna bring this around on do, and then it's gonna go a Tina Turner. So a Tina Turner is you are doing like this, imagine being a pirate and walking around with one of those legs on. So you're doing that, and your whole body's coming forward, up, forward, up, pony, 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 pony. So you do that. This circle is 1, 2, 3, 4 to get back to the front. So you do Tina Turner a total of 3 times, out, in, out, in, out, in, da, 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 da. And then you go stop, hands like this. You're gonna do that same motion of the Tina Turner. You're gonna go da 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 da. So you do it to this corner, you turn to all of these little motions, then you turn to your left first. So you're gonna go da 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 da. Wait, no, you do front first, sorry. Da 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 da. So with this, you're right foot is already prepped in this pony motion, all you're gonna do is you're gonna take your left foot, this one, and you're gonna cross it over, out. So what that looks like is you're like, da 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 da. This foot's already up, so just keep that up. Cross left over, point the foot that was up. So you point your right foot. Then you cross right over, point your left. Left over, point your right. Right over, point your left. So with that, it is, you have this hand motion that's like you're on a DJ thing going, if it, ooh. And then you go, on that, you're here, da, da. Then it's da, 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 da. If it, ooh, ooh, da, if it, ooh, ooh, da, if it, ooh, ooh. So just try and start as back as you can because you don't want to come too far forward. So you do the if it, ooh, ooh. Da, if it, ooh, ooh, da, if it, ooh, ooh, da, if it, da, 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 if it, Then you're gonna do this boom on that right pony again. I'm keeping everything on one foot so it's easier. So you go da 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 da, then da 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 da, circle around, jump, prep, pull. So this is how it looks fast. Da 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 da, pull. So yeah, that's the dance. Let's do it all together and let's do it full out. Make sure when you do this dance that you develop a character in the beginning. That development of character is important because it will change the way that you move throughout the piece. So let's do this. Develop a character. 5, 6, 7, go. Let's go. So, do the dance. Let us know how you do. I hope you had fun. Bye.
Hey y'all, my name is Bailey Tillery. I am a senior music education major at the University of Kentucky. And today I have been asked to lead you guys in the process of preparing a solo piece. This was kind of put together last minute, so bear with me. But anyway, the first thing you want to do when you've selected your piece and you know what you're going to sing, I think it's really important to sit down and do the table work for your piece first. So you want to go through, and if you need to count out the rhythms, you want to count out your beats, make sure that you're counting so you know like what happens where, if you have a long rest, how long you rest for, and when you come back in, because it's your job as the singer to know that when you're singing your piece. If it's in a different language, maybe you want to practice speaking through it, listening to the song. If you have a teacher that's helping you lead it, you can ask them to speak through it for you, and then it's a really good idea to record it so you can listen back to it, make little notes in your music saying like, this word sounds like this, or this word has a this in it. If you know IPA, that's amazing too. You can put your IPA in the music. And so you want to kind of go through and do all the basic like music theory kind of things to prepare your piece when you first begin, because you don't want to walk into a rehearsal or a practice and not know what you're singing. So it's really important to take that time and do your table work first. My teacher in college always made us write out every single count for all of our pieces, and if there was any languages, we had to come in with translations, and the IPA, like, you need to be prepared. And so once you've gotten that done, you'll want to start learning the music and the rhythms. So you want to learn the notes, pitches, the rhythms. Then once you get through that, you can start adding in text. If it's English, obviously you will know the text. But if it's in a foreign language, maybe start speaking through it yourself. Speaking through first, if it's in a different language in rhythm, is always super helpful, because if you can speak it, you can sing it. So maybe take some practice time to prepare your foreign language piece by speaking through the language in rhythm. And then once you get that, go ahead and pound those notes out and begin singing it. For me, I have right here with me this song. It's called Mein Herr Marquis from Die Fledermaus, and it's in German. So if I were preparing this piece, I would go through and count the rhythms, because there's some tricky rhythms, put my big beats in. I would start making little notes to myself about the way that some of these words sound, because they're sound similar to English words, but they look different, so you can make little comments to yourself. And then once you begin doing that, you want to start looking into if your piece is pulled from a musical theater production or an opera. You want to maybe look at some character development now. So we've learned the notes and the rhythms, and we've gotten the language down, so we're like singing through it, we're doing good, but that's not the whole thing of it. You want to know what you're singing about. So if it's in a foreign language, you want to translate it and figure out what it means, what you're singing about. You can look up the musical or the opera that it's from and try to find out like which character is singing it, what's going on during this plot section, like where they are in terms of the show, like what's happening around them. Why is this song important? Why are they singing this song? Who are they singing this song to? It could be themselves. It could be a boyfriend. It could be a girlfriend. It could be a friend. It could be a teacher. You want to find out some of these background things because they'll help you prepare your piece to sing it to the fullness of your ability. If you stand up there like a stick on a log, well, you know what I'm saying. If you stand up there with a dull face, you don't know what you're singing about, you're going to look like a fool. So you need to learn what you're singing about and prepare your piece to the best of your ability by connecting with what you're acting and what you're doing. What are you singing about? What does it mean to you? And that will really help you prepare your piece and get it to the next level and get it to the quality that you want it to. So once you've learned the notes and the rhythms, music, you're singing through it, you know who your character is, what they were singing about, it's time to start practicing. And when you practice, you want to practice as if you're performing, because practice makes perfect, but only if you practice it the way it's meant to be. So with that in mind, when you're practicing, practice in front of a mirror, practice your facial expressions. When you learn what the song means and what it meant to that person, you can kind of take it into your own interpretation of what it means to you and how you interpret that character to be singing it, because we're all different and we all have different opinions and we all see things differently. So sometimes you may feel as though the song is a little bit more about this when somebody might think it's a little bit more about that. So that's kind of up to your own interpretation. And you want to go through and make sure you know what you're singing about. And then when you put it all together, you're practicing in front of your mirror, you're smiling, you're giving good face, you're singing with passion and with heart and emotion, and you know what you're singing about, you will give a wonderful performance. So I hope this was helpful. I hope I wasn't confusing, because I can be that way sometimes. But I hope now when you go in to prepare a piece, you'll know that table work kind of is the basic, comes first. Then you'll learn your notes and rhythms, learn that little meat thing. And then the icing on the cake, the seventh layer, the really important part is really finding out what you're singing about, if it's in a foreign language, what they're saying, and what it means, where it's coming from, who's singing it, what they're singing about, those things. That way you can sing it with the best emotion, the best facial features. You can perform that song like it is the best thing you've ever done. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you learn how to prepare a piece. This is a little quick introduction to preparing a piece, but I hope you all have a wonderful day and you are as successful as possible when preparing your pieces and singing it to the best of your ability and giving a show always. So have a great day.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Jaila, and I'm here to give you a challenge for this week. So I wanted to break away from the singing challenges and challenge you all to do the 1 minute makeup challenge. And if you don't know what that is, you would basically just take a video of yourself doing your stage makeup, but the catch is you only have 1 minute to do it. So if you guys would like to participate in that, just post a video of you doing your stage makeup in 1 minute and then use the hashtag down below so that we can see it. Bye y'all!